With me, John Walcott. He's a foreign policy and national security correspondent for Time, and he just wrote this extraordinary piece for Time where he spoke with a number of high-level intel officials. So, John, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome.
It's a pleasure, Brooke.
So you say that senior intelligence briefers are breaking 2 years of silence to warn that this president is endangering American security, what they say is willful ignorance. Can you explain to me exactly what they mean by that?
Well, I think you saw a good example of that earlier in the interview with Margaret Brennan on Sunday, which is that when he's briefed on something that doesn't square with his policy views or his personal views, he simply rejects it and goes his own way. And we've heard that time and time again on Iran. Syria is a good example. I mean, Ben Wiedemann is making a point the intelligence officials make, which is that the threat of ISIS is not measured in real estate terms. It's a global threat, and they're inspiring other people, and that's not the kind of thing that the president wants to hear. And so he doesn't hear it.
Give us other examples, because you pepper your piece with notes on everything from Nepal to Bhutan to his note about a beach to North Korea. Can you just, for people who haven't read this, give me examples?
No, I'm sorry everybody hasn't read it. But,
they will after they hear you.
Good point. Well, there are a combination of things. The first one is the president's ignorance, and that goes to the point about thinking that Nepal and Bhutan, which incidentally he also mispronounced as Nipple and Button, are part of India, which they're not.
Wait, seriously? That's what he said?
Seriously. Second is a lack of curiosity about the world, which is different from other presidents. There are other presidents who've come into office, President Obama's one, with not a lot of experience in foreign affairs. But this president has very little curiosity. So when he was briefed on the little Indian Ocean atoll of Diego Garcia, which is the home to a very important military installation, in preparation for a meeting with Prime Minister May of Great Britain, he only had two questions. The first one was, are the people there nice? And the second one was, are the beaches good? And that prompted one of the people familiar with the briefing to say that he was acting more like a real estate developer than like a president concerned about the security implications.
So, this is this president, and you write that for now, intelligence briefers are heartened by what we all listen to, the intel chiefs up on Capitol Hill laying out the facts. But despite Trump's ire, what are the consequences if these intelligence officials with whom you've been speaking in confidence actually stop laying out the facts for this president, which is something you pose at the very end?
Well, there are two dangers, I think. The first one is that he will make decisions based not on real information, but on his own instincts, which are not always good. Two things that concern people in that connection are that he wants a deal with North Korea so badly that at his summit that's upcoming with Kim Jong-un, he may agree to a bad deal that looks good on paper, but that really has no enforcement mechanism. The second immediate concern is a trade deal with China and what might happen at another summit with Xi Jinping, where, as one official put it just this morning to me, that maybe billions for soybeans, but not a cent for cybersecurity, that they want a deal that looks good in numbers. But the real underlying concern is what might happen if the nation is suddenly hit with a real national security crisis out of the blue. Cyber attack on the financial network, cyber attack on the electric grid. How will the president respond? Will he stop and listen and think about that response first, or would, again, he simply act on instinct?
It's a point Tony Blinken made in the New York Times piece last week. We're going to talk to him around the corner. I'm going to ask him about all of your points. John Walcott, I can hear everyone clicking on time.com right now to read every single word of yours. Thank you so much. It's really great having you on. Nipple and Button, huh?
Nipple and Button.
Okay.